Men först ut är Clean Industry Solutions som för närvarande gör en nyemission på 25,5 miljoner kronor. Welcome Christian Zahler, CEO of Clean Industry Solution. You are doing a right issue of 25.5 million SEK. Please present the company and the story behind the right issue.
Thank you, Mats, for the introduction. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today, and it's a pleasure to introduce you to our company, Clean Industry Solutions. Our name is our mission, so we want to provide technologies for clean energy, clean water, to finally achieve a clean industry, a circular economy. Clean Industry Solutions is an investment company that currently owns two subsidiaries. One is Industrial Solar, and the other one is Solar Spring. Industrial Solar was founded in 2008 as a spin-off of the Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy Systems, which is the largest research institution in Europe on the topic of solar energy, the second largest in the world. I myself was studying and working there. We have our head office here in Freiburg, Germany, in the beautiful Black Forest, close to Switzerland, France. We are an international leading company and solution provider. We are known for our Fresnel technology, and this collector is made for large process heat applications in industry, but we also use other solar technologies to have a holistic offering to our customers. We are mainly addressing the growing market of solar process heat, and we have developed to a one-stop shop for industrial customers. So we are teaming up with our customers, we are partnering with them, we are promoting and implementing energy efficiency measures by analyzing the energy demand data, and last but not least, we are designing, developing customized solution based on our renewable energy technology portfolio. The whole rationale behind is that the industrial sector is responsible for 1/3 of our global energy demand, which is equivalent to the energy demand of the complete transport sector or the complete residential sector. This is enormous, and what few people only know is that industry needs 3 times as much thermal energy than electric energy. This means by providing clean electricity into industry, we haven't solved the problem, but we have to replace the boilers that are installed in industry that are typically fired with fossil fuel, coal, oil, gas, some with biomass nowadays, but only few. We have to do something about that to reduce the carbon emissions of industry. Our company is currently divided into 3 business units. We have the thermal business unit, offering systems based on the Fresnel collector, but we also do other systems like non-concentrating solar thermal technologies or combining PV with heat pumps. So we are absolutely open in terms of technology. We are trying to identify the best technology for our customer and then implement it. The electrical business unit is mainly doing PV projects, photovoltaics. This is in the region around Freiburg, in the southwest of Germany. And last but not least, the R&D department is doing public funded R&D projects, which help to bring forward our businesses. Few highlights. We have received an order to build a solar steam generation system for Unilever Mexico, together with our partner Turbo Control in Mexico. This is a rather small system, but we consider it a door opener for the Mexican market. It will be the first solar steam generation system based on this technology in Latin America. And currently we are in the design and procurement phase, and the installation is planned for Q1 next year. Another interesting project is a contract for design of a solar thermal system for the Hilton Hotel in Frankfurt, Germany. This is a rather small project, but it's only the design and the supervision of the installation works. And we hope that there are other projects following with other luxury hotels in Germany and other parts of the world. Another highlight, which has been mentioned a few times before, this is a solar process heat system for a company named Kepe in the north of Greece, close to Thessaloniki. Kepe is a very large manufacturer of roof tiles and bricks for housing construction. And of course, they have a tremendous thermal energy demand. And this company wants to be carbon neutral in a couple of years' time. And the customer has signed a letter of commitment that he wants to realize this project with us. The project is unfortunately delayed, and this is mainly due to the fact that the customer is optimizing the financing, the funding for this project. So let's come to the second company, which is owned by Clean Industry Solutions. That's the company Solar Spring. They're tackling the topic of water. Solar Spring is also a spin-off from the Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy Systems. They were founded in the year 2009. They're also here in Freiburg. They are an expert for industrial wastewater treatment and also drinking water. And they are one of the market leaders for membrane distillation. And this technology is addressing a huge global market. They're very well positioned. So membrane distillation, only a few words about it. You might know it from your outdoor gear, from your outdoor jacket. We have a hot feed solution, which is evaporating through a membrane and then condensing on the other side on a cooled condensation surface. And you basically get a concentrated feed solution. So the water goes through the membrane and the feed solution is concentrated up. This is a very durable technology. It's easily to be operated. It can be easily scaled. And of course, Solar Spring is offering turnkey solutions, and those are remotely monitored and controlled nowadays, and they have very competitive economics. What are the applications? Just a few ideas. Metal industry, they very often use acids for surface treatment, for example, for stainless steel. Those acids are harmful for the environment, and of course, they are costly. So those acids can be recycled. They can recycle valuable materials like gold in the electronic industry and many, many others. Brine treatment, a very high fraction of industrial wastewater is contaminated with salt. So this salt can be recovered, and they can strongly reduce the volume of this high salinity wastewater. Another interesting application is ammonia removal. Ammonia is basically contained in the water going out of a wastewater treatment system. So in the clean water after the wastewater treatment system, the water that goes to our rivers and lakes, and ammonia is a problem there. It's a fertilizer. It's causing growth of water plants and algae. And this ammonia can be removed and can be used, can be turned into fertilizer or also as a fuel of the future. Last but not least, hydrogen production. For hydrogen, you need clean water, very clean water, ultra pure water for the electrolyzers. And I will come back to this topic in one of the following slides. Here it already is. So, as said, if you want to produce hydrogen, for example, with a offshore wind farm with electrolyzers, then you can use the waste heat that the electrolyzers produce and power the membrane distillation. So the hot feed solution has to be heated to temperatures around 80-90 degrees C. And with the waste heat, this can be achieved, and then you can produce the ultra pure water for the electrolysis. One of the highlights recently was installation and commissioning of one of the biggest membrane distillation units for ammonia recovery. This was installed at a wastewater treatment close to Freiburg here, our headquarters, and this will be operated until end of next year in a public funded project. Now let's come to the holding itself. We have seen a very strong growth over the last year. So if you compare the income of Q2 with the Q2 of last year, we have a growth of 110%. And if you compare the first half year of last year with the first half year of 2023, we have a growth of 87%. And we see that this growth shall continue. And why is this? We are building up more and more partners. We already had this strategy in the past that we are trying to find partners in our target markets that are basically not only doing sales, but also participate in the installation of the systems. The sales pipeline is growing, and we're now educating our partners. We have invited partners for a workshop to come to Freiburg. This workshop was quickly booked up, and we are now welcoming in October partners from countries like Mexico, Jordan, Tunisia, Libya, Saudi Arabia, and we will educate them for the installation and maintenance of our systems. And with a growing volume, we will bring down our costs, of course, a very important effect too. Rights issue, Matt's already mentioned at the beginning. We have a rights issue. The subscription period started today, ends on 26th of September. The subscription price in the rights issue is at 0.4 kroner, and we have underwriting commitments for 55%, that is 14 million kroner for that rights issue. What are we going to do with the proceeds? Of course, we have to finance the growth of our subsidiaries. We do need working capital. Of course, we're trying to tailor the payment terms so that we minimize the capital demand to realize a project, but still we do need working capital. We have to co-finance our public funded R&D projects. And of course, we also want to initiate further collaborations and eventually invest in joint ventures. So summing up, we are addressing both companies, both of our subsidiaries are addressing global markets with a tremendous growth potential. We have a strong order intake. There is a huge demand for those solutions due to climate crisis. We had some effects due to the war in Ukraine. So more and more people and also industries want to be more independent from fossil fuel. And there are new regulations and laws on the way that are from which we are benefiting. They're helping us, and we are very well positioned and offer good solutions for customers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Christian. Thanks for the very interesting presentation. I would like to follow up with some questions. You mentioned in the presentation that you work in different segments of the green tech market. Where do you see the largest potential and why, and also which one is moving fast in near term and in long term?
Difficult to say, but over the last year, we have seen that industry slowly shows more and more serious commitment to reduce their carbon emissions. Industry is a difficult customer, of course. They want to be carbon neutral and they don't want to spend money. And they were going for the low-hanging fruits first. Low-hanging fruits is energy efficiency, the energy that you don't need, you don't have to pay. That's absolutely the best option. But this is coming to an end, so you can optimize your energy demand. And then next is photovoltaics. This is due to the strong price decrease, due to the large volume that is being produced in China. And also more and more industries have used this potential. And now they're coming to a point where they realize, oh, we have this thermal demand. There's a huge thermal energy demand in food industry, chemical, pharmaceutical industry. There are so many sectors that need a lot of heat. And they have their big boilers installed that burn oil and gas, which we cannot fully replace. But there are many, many locations on our planet, like further down south, Southern Europe or Middle East or Mexico, that have very good conditions to use solar energy. And we can integrate in those systems very easily and can reduce their fossil fuel demand. And this is what we are aiming for. So we are not aiming to replace 100%, but we are helping. We are one component to make industry carbon neutral.
Okay, thank you for that. You also mentioned that it's coming a lot of new regulation and guidelines. How will you benefit from those, and are you already seeing effects from those matters?
Yes, I mean, in several countries, companies are already obliged to use renewable energies for their production, and this is a direct effect for us. I mean, photovoltaics is a very regional business that's not international, but if it's becoming more complex, if you're tackling heat and cold, then we are very well positioned even internationally. And if the project is large enough, then it makes perfect sense to hire a German company to design and engineer such a systems. And we are always realizing those systems with local partners to reduce our travel expenses and to build up large installation capacities. So our own staff doesn't have to go to every site, but it's our partners that are basically leading the installation there. This is the approach.
Okay. I'm also wondering how you can handle the rapid growth. I mean, you had a growth Q2 this year versus Q2 last year of above 100%. I mean, that's a quite rapid pace. Can you handle it, and will it go on the same level?
So first question, yes, we can handle it. I mean, we have currently headcount of around 30 people at Industrial Solar. Solar Spring is around 10. Full-time equivalent is lower because we have a lot of part-time people. But anyway, we are set up to handle such projects. I mean, the income numbers that we had last year, it was also due to the reduced project development during the pandemic. It was very difficult to develop projects internationally. And the typical project development time for a large project with industrial customer is about 2 years. Some are faster, some are slower. But you see exactly now this time that we need. And now it's picking up. So our efforts are bringing fruits, are showing fruits now. And I expect further growth. But of course, if you're a small company and you're tackling large projects, you cannot promise or you cannot achieve a continuous smooth growth. There will always be some fluctuation. If there is an order coming in next quarter or in Q4, you don't know. And this is causing these fluctuations. If we are bigger, or when we are bigger and we have a constant deal flow, then the growth will be more smooth. But for the time being, we have to live with this little ups and downs. And of course, we are preparing for further growth.
Yeah. Do you have any forecasts for the growth? I mean, the coming years, or do you have any numbers that you have presented or something like that?
Detailed numbers, as I said, is difficult. We are tackling projects with larger volumes. And if we sign one project, then it could be 5 million euro. If we sign 2, it could be 10 or 15. If we sign none, it would be 0. So as I said, it's statistics with large projects and high volumes. And signature of one project is a significant change in growth. And so it's hard to predict. Okay. But of course, we have our financial planning. But I don't want to be too precise here at this point here.
Okay, time flies, Christian. But finally, one question about the rights issue here. Will this proceeds take you all the way to profitability, or how do you see it?
This also depends on the deal flow and the incoming orders and the size of the projects. I mean, I would be happy if this can take us to break even. But again, I can't promise it. It depends on a lot of factors, but the future looks bright. So our solutions that we offer, green energy, clean energy for industry, and also wastewater treatment, there's a high demand for it. And 80% of the companies that use heat in their production line also use water. So we have a perfect synergy. And this membrane distillation is using heat as a driving force, unlike reverse osmosis that is using a pressure difference and mainly needs electricity. So I think we are very well positioned for this coming development of the industry that has to become carbon neutral.
Okay, thank you very much, Christian, and good luck with your rights issue. And we have to move on. So thank you.
Thank you, Mats.
Vi tackar Christian så mycket för hans presentation och